Alright guys, welcome back. Hopefully all your hair is washed. My hair is washed obviously because I have a towel. So before we get started, I want to make sure you guys have everything you need before we get into the Bantu nuts. Just want to make sure we have all our products before we get started. So we have our leave-in conditioner, our coconut oil, our pointed holders, bobby pins, eco styling gel, curl enhancing cream, as well as a wide tooth comb. And I also brought a spray bottle just in case my hair gets a little dry while I'm twisting it. Alright, so my hair is going to be a little drier than I want because I had the towel on it for a little bit. So I'm going to spray it with the spray bottle. Just make sure it's damp. You don't want it soaked. It just makes it easier to deal with when I comb it out. And make sure you get all of it. You don't want just the ends, you want the roots as well. Okay. Now I'm going to get my conditioner. I mixed the Kinky Curly with leave-in condish. Even though it's upside down, ignore that. I only put a little bit of the leave-in condish because it's really thick. So I mixed it together and then I spread it through my hair. Make sure you get your roots as well as your ends. All your hair is important. I know a lot of people emphasize the ends, but roots are just important. Make sure I get through. I do this, I put a lot of conditioner on. I like the Kinky Curly in particular because it's light and I can put a lot on and I don't have a lot of residue left later on, so I can put as much as I want depending on the conditioner. If it's a really thick one, I don't suggest putting tons in because that will leave your hair, make it harder for your hair to dry when they're in the knots. Alright, and now I'm going to put a little bit of the coconut oil on it. Just a little bit, not a lot. And just put it through the hair. Okay, now that we're done with that, I'm going to part my hair before, or give it the part that I like. How I want my hair to flow after I take my knots out. I prefer mine on my right side. Or you cannot have a part, it's up to you. I just like the part. I always like one side to be a little bit bigger than the other. And then from there, I split my hair into quarters. I don't use a comb to split my hair because I realize when you part your hair with the comb, it leaves really heavy parts. And you'll see that when you take your knots out, and they're kind of hard to get out. So I just prefer to avoid the comb if possible. And then after I break them into quarters, I twist my hair into little knots. Try to keep the moisture sealed and not let it dry out. You can use other things other than a ponytail holder. I just prefer a ponytail holder. There's also those clip things that people use. I'm not too big fan of them because they don't really hold my hair. So I stick with the rubber bands or the ponytail holders. So I part my hair into medium-sized pieces. Not too big because it takes a little longer to dry. And I use a little bit of the eco styling gel to make sure my curls are defined. And I put emphasis on the ends because that's what's going to make it look really good. So when I'm twisting, I twist it one direction. In this case I chose clockwise. Make sure you twist all your Bantu knots the same way, otherwise it's going to look pretty crazy. The actual Bantu knot twisting, I hold the point and I wrap it around. So I wrap it underneath, and with my left hand I tend to pull up the knot so I make sure it fits under it as I twist. And I just keep going until I hit the end. I just want you guys to notice the placement of my Bantu knots. There's one at the bottom of my hair and there's also one in the middle of the part. The ones at the bottom of the part will be more likely to lay down when you take them out, versus the one in the middle, your curls will be more likely to stand up. And my hair is natural, so it locks automatically. For those who are not completely natural, you have some heat damage at the ends, your hair may not lock as easy as mine does. I put a bobby pin on the ends of my Bantu knots, or the bottom of Bantu knots, to make sure it stays while I'm sleeping. So just to redo this, just to make sure everybody got it, we're gonna put some Eco Styling gel over the part, and then we're gonna twist clockwise until the end. We don't have to twist it very tight. It will tighten as we make the knot. And then to start the knot, we hold it down at the root and twist around our finger. And from there, twist our hair under the start of the knot. If it makes it easier, pull the knot up a little bit so you can tuck the hair under as you twist it around. And you do this until all your hair is underneath the knot. If you need help securing your hair, remember, use the bobby pin and just secure the edge of your hair to make sure it doesn't come loose during the night. And voila! Okay, so this is what my Bantu knots look like when they're done. I know they look crazy, but that's because, remember, we didn't use a comb. So as you can see, some of my Bantu knots are pulled down to the sides just so I could make sure my hair lays down when I take them out. Alright guys, now that you're done with your Bantu knots, the last thing you have to do is letting them dry. So Bantu knots usually take a long time to dry. I suggest picking a day where you would just do nothing, stay in the house, and just let it air dry. If you are going to sleep overnight, which I prefer to do, I wear my satin bonnet and just put it on my head. Make sure they're all in there. It's my grandma hat, actually. That's what I call it. Make sure it's all nice. They're all in. You can go to sleep just like this. And this is how I keep up with my fro throughout the week as well. But for those of you who are going out tonight or have something else they want to do in a few hours and they want to take their hair out, I do suggest try to don't put anything on it. Just let it walk around, let it air dry. And if you must, you can use a blow dryer and just go over your hair with the blow dryer without the top before you take them out. I also do it again once I untwist them. I can show you guys this after I take them out, and just go over it one more time just to make sure they're not as wet. It just it'll make it less frizzy when you do the final product.